The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
The entertainment value here is remarkable. Ross Coulthart live in Sydney, Australia. Ross, welcome to America.
G'day, Walter. I'm sorry about that, my friend. I don't know what happened. We just dropped out on each other.
Science.
But, what I was going to tell you about was to give you a response on this latest issues relating to the disappearance of General Neil McCasland. You're absolutely right, sir. It's becoming a huge issue now in Congress and indeed at the White House. The president has vowed to take this seriously, and he's admitted that at least some of the cases of missing or dead people on that cluster list are serious concerns. One of them, of course, is Major General Neil McCasland, who disappeared on February the 27th. It's been widely reported, Walter, that he walked out of his house, but as I've pointed out on numerous occasions, and this fails to get picked up by the media, nobody actually saw him leaving his house, and the local county sheriff has admitted that they've looked at multiple video cameras, CCTVs, Ring doorbells. Nobody has seen any trace of this very senior general since he disappeared from his home 2 months ago. There is now, I think, a distinct possibility of foul play. Add to that, one of his colleagues, Monica Razor, a woman who developed what's called Mondelloy, which is an alloy used in high-energy rocket engines with high oxygen. She worked at the Air Force Research Laboratories with the general. Huge concerns there about how she disappeared on a hike, never to be seen again. She was only 30 feet away from one of her colleagues when she disappeared. And now, in the last week or so, we've had an announcement that another man who I've known about for some time, I haven't been able to talk about it because it's been very sensitive, because it's been under investigation, a very senior US Air Force officer called Matt Sullivan, who worked with my good friend and whistleblower, David Grush, who went public with me on News Nation in June of 2023. Matt Sullivan was involved in the legacy UFO, UAP, retrieval and reverse engineering program. This is somebody who was at the very heart of what we believe is the biggest secret in American history. He was found in highly unusual circumstances, allegedly suicided or accidental death from an overdose of drugs in a hotel room, literally a day or two before he was scheduled to give evidence to Congress about what he knew. And I can tell you, people very close to him believe that he was murdered. They do not accept the official explanation that this was some kind of accidental overdose. Then there's another case of a young female scientist called Amy Eskridge. Her family believe she suicided, and so we have to be very careful and sensitive to their concerns. But she did say to very close friends of hers in the days before she died that she believed people were trying to kill her. And she had evidence. She had burns on her hands and on her body, suggesting that she had been targeted, believe it or not, with directed energy weapons, DEW weapons. And she sent photographs and videos of this with video accounts describing these wounds to my good friend Frank Milburn, who's a former British intelligence officer. So those in and of themselves are very serious, very grave cases that do require investigation. I don't think the public anymore is going to buy the glib lines that come from the Pentagon or the intelligence community. We know, frankly, that there has been a cover-up. The big question is, are people being disappeared or murdered to conceal what the government knows.
The lowest form of death is suicide. The odds of these people accomplished, seemingly happy, family connections, connected to society and to their work, the odds of them killing themselves, that's as low as it gets. I don't believe any of them killed themselves, and I think it's way too convenient, especially for a para-police organization, to make it look like a suicide. It's way too easy to make it look. We've seen too much TV. We know how to make it look like a suicide. And I'm afraid that's what these people have been victims of, which raises the question that you and I have, which is why? Why? What is it that they had that had to be kept quiet? Perhaps, Ross, since you've studied this so well, do you have any speculation on your part?
Okay, Walter, well, I'll tell you what I think is going on. This is speculation, well-informed speculation on my part. As you know, I've been involved in investigating quite extraordinary allegations for the last 8 years that the United States is concealing evidence of alien spacecraft, alien bodies, contact with non-human intelligence, NHI. I don't know why they're concealing it for sure. I suspect they're making weapons. I suspect there are propulsion systems, energy systems, weapon systems that are being derived from this technology, and we don't want to tell anything about this to our potential foreign adversaries. It doesn't really ring with me that, though, why they would conceal it like that, because, frankly, the Russians and the Chinese know. My understanding, I've been told that America at one stage, in the early stages of the end of the Cold War, way back in the late 80s and early 90s, there were, in fact, collaborations between the Russians and the Americans on at least one retrieval of an alien spacecraft. So a lot of the reasons why this stuff's being kept from the American public and indeed from the rest of the world really baffles me. And a number of people have expressed to me the view that there is a concern inside the American military and intelligence establishment that even revealing the knowledge of this information might prompt a response from an unfriendly non-human intelligence. I haven't really got any hard data on whether that's an accurate take. A number of my sources are indeed in the Legacy program. They tell me that they have worked and are working to try to reverse engineer, believe it or not, alien spacecraft. They are scientists. They are people working in a security role in one of the biggest kept secrets in America. And they think there's absolutely no reason why the public can't know this stuff. I suspect the simple answer, my friend, might be as simple as the military, the intelligence community have kept this dirty secret for so long now, 80 years. They've lied to Congress that they genuinely know heads are going to roll when they finally have to admit that they've literally committed criminal breaches of the law by not being truthful with oversight agencies and with the Congress, and indeed, believe it or not, with previous presidents. Presidents have been lied to. So I think it's easier to maintain the cover-up than it is to admit that you've been lying and operating on a systemic deceit on the American public. But Donald Trump has pledged, Walter, as recently as in February, he promised that he would make all of this UFO information transparent. And I know that there are representatives that have spoken publicly. Representative Tim Burchett and Representative Eric Burleson have admitted they have recently been given classified briefings by intelligence agencies about classified UAP material.
Yes, they have. Ross Coulthart, presidents have been lied to. News Nation from Sydney, Australia. Thank you, Ross Coulthart.
Born on America's darkest day of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been helping America's heroes ever since. Heroes like FDNY Lieutenant Edward J. McDonough Jr., a Marine Corps veteran and lifelong public servant. After 9/11, McDonough served at Ground Zero. He later lost his life to a related cancer, leaving behind his wife Kimberly and their 5 children. Tunnel to Towers honored his sacrifice by paying off the family's mortgage. Donate $11 monthly and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org today.